Japan recorded its highest ever temperature of 41.8 degrees Celsius on Tuesday in Isesaki City in Gunma Prefecture, topping the previous record of 41.2 degrees set just a week earlier in Tamba City in the western prefecture of Hyogo.
지난 화요일 일본 군마현 이세사키시의 최고 기온이 41.8도로 관측돼 효고현 단바시의 41.2도를 불과 일주일 만에 넘어서면서 일본 기상 관측 사상 최고 기온으로 기록됐습니다. So in Korea we have like the doors, right?
Provinces.
So we have provinces, yeah. So we have 강원도, 전라도, 경상도. In Japan, they have what we call hyon, but that's prefecture. So depending on the country, you have different things.
States.
In Canada, you have
Provinces.
Provinces as well, and in America, states.
Yeah.
In the UK, you have counties. So the different words, but they're sort of like big regions. Okay, let's have a look at what happened. Got really, really hot over in Japan, right?
Yeah, so they're saying that Japan was covered with a double layer of the Pacific anti-cyclone, and then the Tibetan high-pressure system came in, resulting in very sunny and extremely hot days in many of the areas. So they're saying that 5 of Japan's 47 prefectures topped 40 degrees or higher. So it wasn't just those areas. It was all across many parts of the country, over 40 degrees.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it's hot and stuffy in Korea,
yeah.
but we've not gone over... we've reached 40 degrees at some points in some areas of the country, but not 41.8 degrees, I don't think.
No.
That's really hot. And you said that, 5 different prefectures had over 40 degrees Celsius temperatures. So again, it just goes to show that Mother Nature is right now,
Raging.
Yeah, literally and figuratively. Okay, 그래요. 일본에서 이렇게 5개의 현에서 40도 이상의 온도가 기록됐을 정도로 지금 최근에 굉장히 덥다고 하고요. 더군다나 이 41.8도라는 사상 최고 기온이 지금 이세사키 시티에서 나왔습니다. 이 역대 최고라는 표현, what's that in English?
So highest ever is here. Anytime we're using the word ever, then we're talking about an extreme and the most of something. And here it's talking the highest ever temperature. So the temperature in these areas in Japan, it's never been higher than 41.8 degrees. It's a new record. It's the highest that it's ever been. So it's never gone that high before.
I mean, highest already means that it's at the top.
Yeah.
But if you add ever, I guess you're really stressing and emphasizing that it's just never been reached. You could use other expressions in daily life like best ever.
Yeah. You could say that it's what we call redundant, meaning that you're using the same thing twice or the same description twice, which is unnecessary. And if it's unnecessary, you only need to say best. You don't have to say best ever. So you can say that it's redundant, it's unnecessary. But at the same time, when you do say that, often you're stressing it, like you mentioned, that this is something that I want you to feel with what I'm saying, not just understand the words that I'm saying.
Yeah. And it also feels like this is the best or the highest of all time as well, right? 그래서 역대 최고, 지금까지 중 가장 높은 highest ever. 그리고 뭐 너무나 맛있는 음식을 먹었어요. 그러면 this is the best ever dessert. 이렇게 말한다면 좀 과장된 표현이지만 이 지구상에 있는 가장 맛있는 디저트 같아. 아니면 내 평생에 먹어본 디저트 중에 최고 같아. 이런 느낌이죠. What about topping the previous record?
If you top something, then you are above it or you are on top of it, meaning that you are higher or more extreme or above. So in this particular case, it's saying that the previous high temperature was 41.2 degrees, but now it's 41.8. So it is on top of it, above it. It has exceeded it.
Top is used as a verb here. 그래서 top라는 게 뛰어넘다 라는 그런 동사로 쓰인 겁니다. So the 41.8 degrees has topped the 기존 기록, the previous record of 41.2 degrees, which was set just a week ago.
When you use top as a verb as well, you might use this in cooking or when you're making something, you might top certain foods with something else.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have like an ice cream sundae with whipped cream, you might top it with a cherry so that you're going to put the cherry on the top of this ice cream sundae. Or if there's certain foods, let's say you have spaghetti, you might top it with some Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
So you're going to sprinkle some stuff on top of it.
Exactly. In Korea, it's customary to top your 떡국 with 계란지단.
That's
and
right.
maybe some vegetables, sliced carrots maybe, and other vegetables as well, just for color, because 떡국 is just white.
Yeah.
You know, but you want to add a little bit of yellow and white, maybe orange and some kim slices as well. You can
깻잎.
top it.
I love 깻잎.
In your 떡국?
Sure. I put
Really?
깻잎 in everything.
Oh, wow. I've never had 깻잎 in my 떡국 before, but yeah, I guess you could top your 떡국 with whatever you like. 자, 이렇게 쓰는 겁니다. top라는 동사요. 위에다가 얹는다. 이런 그런 식으로 우리가 일상 대화에서 많이 써요. 그러나 기사 속에서는 뛰어넘는다라는 의미로 쓰였습니다. Here's the headline again. Japan has recorded its highest ever temperature of 41.8 degrees Celsius on Tuesday in Isesaki City in Gunma Prefecture, topping the previous record of 41.2 degrees, set just a week earlier in Tamba City in the western prefecture of Hyogo. Here's our next headline.
A new report shows that global plastic production has increased by more than 200-fold since 1950 and is expected to triple again by 2060, driven by packaging and single-use plastics.
전 세계 플라스틱 생산량이 1950년 이후 지금까지 200배 이상 증가했으며 각종 포장재와 일회용 플라스틱 때문에 오는 2060년에는 또다시 현재의 3배까지 늘어날 것으로 보인다는 보고서가 발표됐습니다. Tell us more.
I think this is saying a couple of things. Obviously, plastic production is through the roof these days. But at the same time, I think they specifically look at 1950 as a reason, probably because back in those days, there just wasn't as much plastic use for things. And a lot of the things that we use plastic for, as an example nowadays, are like fast food containers and drink bottles. And back in those days, drink bottles were glass and there weren't as many fast food places. So the style of how we're living these days, it's changing, but it's also affecting how much plastic that we're using, which is not going in a good direction.
But even given the situation that you mentioned there, increasing 200-fold is a lot.
200,
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Let's look at increasing more than 200-fold.
Yeah. And by the way, the reason I read it the way I did is because it's such an absurd number, right? So when I read it, I was saying more than 200-fold. I wouldn't say 200-fold.
Yeah.
I said 200-fold because it's so ridiculous. 200-fold, by the way, it just means 200 times. So if in 1950, if they were creating, let's say, for argument's sake, 1 kilogram of plastic, then now they're producing 200 kilograms of plastic. It's 200 times what it was in 1950.
보통 얼마만큼 늘었다, 줄었다라고 할 때요. 이제 그 얼마만큼 몇 배 할 때 숫자 fold 이렇게 많이 써서 it has increased 200-fold. 200배 늘었다. 이렇게 보시면 되겠죠. 200하고 fold 사이에 하이픈을 하나 넣어서 하나의 표현 200배로 쓰게 되고요. That is a big number, as you said.
Yeah.
그래서 일부러 발음을 선생님이 아까 그냥 무난하게 읽지 않았어요. 그냥 more than 200-fold 하지 않고 more than 200-fold 이렇게 강조를 한 게 들리셨죠? 왜냐하면 너무나 큰 숫자라서 그렇게 한 겁니다.
And often you would say, twofold, numbers have increased twofold
Sure.
is something that you would hear more often.
Yeah.
It's double, right?
Yeah.
It's double what it was last year, so it's twofold. But 200-fold, it's not 20-fold,
Yeah.
200-fold. It's such a large, ridiculous number that you want to emphasize that.
Yeah, for sure. And there's another expression about numbers here, and that is to triple.
Yeah, triple is the same as threefold, as an example. So
Right,
you
to
are
increase, yeah.
increase by 3 times. So to double something, twofold. To triple something would be threefold. To make something fourfold would be quadruple. I guess you could do quintuple as well, would be 5 times. So these are different ways of multiplying.
triple이라는 거는 동사고요. 3배가 되다입니다. 우리 double은 너무나 잘 아시죠. 2배가 되다. 그래서 2배, 3배, 4배, 5배까지도 아까 단어를 알려주셨는데 사실 한 4배 정도까지만 이런 좀 어려운 단어들을 쓰고 그 외에는 그냥 숫자를 넣어서 it has increased sixfold or
Yeah.
it has increased tenfold 이렇게 좀 더 심플하게 표현을 합니다.
Or 6 times or 10 times.
Yeah,
Like, by all means, the 10-fold, 6-fold, as we mentioned, 200-fold, we use it. I think 6 times, 10 times is probably more common. And then, like I said, you do hear fold, but I think times is probably more common.
그래요. 몇 배라는 뜻으로 times를 또 많이 쓰죠. 일상 대화에서. 문장 구조가 살짝 달라질 수는 있어요. 만약에 여기서 이제 200배 늘었다 이 얘기를 times를 써서 넣고 싶으면 A new report shows that global plastic production has increased 200 times what it was in 1950.
Yeah,
이런
yeah.
식으로 문장 구조를 살짝 바꾸기는 해야 될 것 같아요. 자, 참고하시면 되겠고요. 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. A new report shows that global plastic production has increased by more than 200-fold since 1950 and is expected to triple again by 2060, driven by packaging and single-use plastics. Now on to our final headline.
Hawaii has joined global tourist hotspots such as Bali, the Maldives, and Greece in introducing climate-focused tourism fees on hotel stays, ferry tickets, and entry to national parks and other protected areas.
유명 관광지인 인도네시아 발리, 몰디브, 그리스 등지에서 호텔 숙박과 여객선 이용, 국립공원을 비롯한 각종 보호지역 입장 등에 부과해온 기후 관련 관광세가 이번에 미국 하와이에도 도입돼 앞으로 관광객에게 부과될 예정입니다. And we're talking about a climate tax.
Yeah, they're calling it a green fee.
Okay.
And the bill adds an additional 0.75% on top of existing accommodation taxes. The fee is expected to raise up to $100 million annually for wildlife recovery.
So if your travel expenses seem to be a little bit more expensive than before in these areas, it's not just because of inflation, it's because of these green fees
Yeah.
that they've added. 그래요. 그래서 실제로도 이런 지역, 뭐 하와이, 몰디브, 그리스로 여행을 하신다면은 아마 예전보다 내가 돈을 좀 더 내는 것 같다라고 좀 체감을 하실 텐데 이게 단순히 물가가 올라서가 아니라 이런 환경 관광세를 붙였기 때문입니다. Let's have a look at tourist hotspots.
A hotspot is something that is popular, and it's usually a place. So when it says a tourist hotspot, these are places that are very popular among tourists, or places that tourists like to go to.
관광 명소죠. Tourist hotspot. What about climate focused?
Climate focused, meaning that these are going to be meant to help the climate. So when you focus on something, then you're concentrating or you're setting a target. This is what the target is. And in terms of the target here, it would be on improving the climate.
그렇죠. Climate focused. 기후에 초점을 맞춘.
One last thing I did want to mention quickly on hotspot is sometimes we talk about hotspots in terms of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So when you're traveling as a tourist and you want to get like free Wi-Fi, then we'll say that, is there like a Wi-Fi hotspot around here? Then you're looking for a place that offers free Wi-Fi that doesn't require an intercom or a telecom service.
Okay. Well, here's the headline one more time. Hawaii has joined global tourist hotspots such as Bali, the Maldives, and Greece in introducing climate-focused tourism fees on hotel stays, ferry tickets, and entry to national parks and other protected areas. Well, that's it for the headlines with Jason Lee.